All right, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. This is an oddly sunny day for January. I'm sure you've all been keeping up with the news that we have had no sun. So, a little bit of gratitude today that we actually see the sun in the sky. I'm sure that we can all use it. So, coming at you with your January market report, as per usual. In January, we saw a benchmark price in the region of 809,000. So, we've been talking about this a lot that, the deals wouldn't last forever, and prices do seem to be stabilizing. So, during that lull in Q4 last year, as inventory levels increased and buyer activity went down, a lot of those deals have gotten gobbled up. So, you all know that I love to talk about months of inventory. So, if we go and we look back at months of inventory versus number of active listings, the number of active listings peaked in October of 2023, and this is just residential freehold in the city of Hamilton. So this isn't condos, this isn't commercial, this isn't leases, this is just residential freehold. So freehold homes, no condo fees. That peaked at 1,549 listings back in October 2023 with a total of 4.7 months of inventory. Now, remember, we've talked about buyers' balance and seller's market. Typically, 1 to 3 months is a seller's market. 3 to 6 months of inventory would be considered a buyer's market. And anything 6 months or higher would be considered a seller's market. Now, that 4.7 months of inventory back in October felt like a absolutely crushing buyer's market for sellers because we've been used to things for selling for 2 weeks. But really, it was a somewhat healthy balanced market. We had a little bit more supply, and gas shock horror buyers actually had some choice. And of course, there's always that 30 to 35% of people, sideline buyers, who are, say, hey, we're just going to wait. We're going to see if something better comes along. A little bit more cautious. Typically, those are the folks that get left out as prices tend to rise. So, it's cool sitting on the sidelines. Obviously, that's everybody's choice, but typically, those are the folks that get left behind. And then they come back into the market as things accelerate, and they're the folks bringing the offers that nobody's going to accept when listings go into competition. So, that was October 2023. Inventory has dropped. So, November 2023, we dropped to 1,400 listings, still quite a bit. December down to 966, January down to 865, and now we are down to 810 active listings, residential freehold in the city of Hamilton. So 810 active residential freehold listings with a total of 2.7 months of inventory back in January. We got to wait for the end of the month to figure out exactly how many homes were sold. Now, interestingly enough, if we go back 12 months, just 12 months to March of 2023, we only had 779 active listings with 1.5 months of inventory. So if history is any indication, once we drop below 800 active residential freehold listings in the city of Hamilton, the months of inventory drops. And if the months of inventory drops, we end up back in a seller's market. So it does look that that's the way things are trending. We've seen that fixed rates have dropped below 5%, and typically that is when buyer activity starts to ramp up again. People say, hey, you know what? $4,000 a month in a mortgage, taxes, and insurance payment on that home doesn't really make sense, but 32 to 3,500 a month, okay, that's something I can handle. There's enough value for me to transact in this marketplace. So that price point, that 550 to 750 price point in the city of Hamilton, is where all the action is. If you have a great home, 650. We've been in competition with buyers on homes, selling in 48 hours back to 3, 4, 5 multiple offers, some of them firm. It is happening again. So if you are a sideline buyer right now that I mentioned earlier in the video, and you have your ducks in a row and you have a pre-approval, your time is now. We saw this in 2017 when the stress test was introduced. As soon as people figured out that it wasn't going to magically reduce housing prices to whatever price they felt like paying, prices did stabilize, and we do seem to be stabilizing right now. And at that time, the folks in kind of the 350 to 450 range in Hamilton have been shut out of the market. Like at that time, it was possible to acquire a very decent freehold residential home in Hamilton. That is not the case anymore. And I do believe that after this springtime, the window will be closing on the folks in the kind of 550 to 650 range as this inventory gets gobbled up. Because as we know, there's just simply not enough supply being built of what people want to live in. And what people want to live in are typically at a minimum 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom houses with a partially finished basement or parking spot in a good neighborhood. There's just simply not enough of those homes going around. So that's what's getting gobbled up right now. And I do believe that prices should continue to rise at that point. So what does this all mean right now? The spring market is here. I believe that it's starting earlier than normal. If you are a seller, you should do quite well. Yes, we are not at 2021 prices, but I do believe over the next couple of years, if we are still in a stable rate environment, rates trending downwards, you should do well on your investment. If you are a buyer, there's actually a really good window right now for people to do a move up, sell, and a buy. With this stabilization in the marketplace, you can still acquire those homes that have been overpriced and sitting for a while at a very, very reasonable price and then benefit from the rise in the market. If I was doing a sell and a buy right now, I would probably still sell my house first to know what I was working with. If I was a little on the fence if it was going to sell quickly, but if I had a great product in a great neighborhood with, there aren't five other houses for sale within 100 meters of me, I'd probably be pretty confident buying before I was selling. So as a buyer, I'd definitely get your ducks in a row, talk to your broker, get ready, start shopping. And you guys know this, if you've seen, 5 to 10 houses in the same price point, it's all variations on a theme. So you find something that's 80% of what you're looking for, pull the trigger, get in the market now. Don't be tempted into keep on renting because it is slightly cheaper. Get in there, start building your wealth now. And we've seen the consequences of reckless money printing, rampant inflation. Get an asset that can't be tampered with by anybody else. Nobody can print a house; it's too difficult. So, with that being said, always reach out with any questions you may have, discuss your unique situation. We're happy to chat with you anytime, even if you're not thinking about making a move in the near future. So thanks so much. Have a great day. And as always, well, not always for the last 30 days, but enjoy the sun. Bye for now.